Today we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked but deeply important: the impact of being raised by a narcissistic parent. It's crucial to understand the dynamic involved in these relationships as they shape our self-worth and emotional health. First and foremost, howdy, I'm Danielle. I'm in Arizona and it's windy here, sorry about that, and it's really bright even with these glasses on. We'll see if I can make it through the video. First and foremost, it's important to recognize that a narcissistic parent tends to be more focused on their own needs rather than those of their children. Instead of providing unconditional love, they often expect their children to give love and validation in return. This creates a one-sided dynamic where you, the child, are constantly giving affection, care, and attention, yet you receive very little in return. The emotional sacrifices you make can lead to feelings of exhaustion and frustration, as no matter how much you pour into the relationship, it's never enough for them, or they will always find a way to critique or, give you advice on how to make you that much better. In these relationships, communication can often feel like a trap. When you try to express your feelings, or ask your feelings, or voluntold to tell your feelings, when you try to express your feelings, you may find that your words are twisted or misunderstood, a tactic known as gaslighting. I fall victim of that along with a lot of people. So I make this content to let others know that you're not alone. Hit subscribe, join the community. You often feel trapped when being forced to talk. When you try to express your feelings, you may find that your words are twisted or dismissed. This is known as gaslighting. This can leave you feeling confused and doubting your own perception of reality. You might spend hours reflecting on conversations, wondering if you said or did something wrong, only to realize that the issue was not you, but the parent's unwillingness to engage in healthy communication. I always used to ask my mom if we could go on a drive so I could talk to her. I'm the oldest of a lot of siblings, kids, and I would never ever have alone time to discuss my own personal feelings, and I never felt like I was heard, loved, or wanted because my feelings were just dismissed, and I was always told that I was too emotional. Unfortunately, narcissistic parents don't typically engage in healing. Instead, they often retreat into their own comfort zone, surrounded by people who will tolerate their whims and chaotic behavior. It's common for them to have backup plans in the form of new sources of attention, always ready to replace you if you decide to stop catering to their ego. Gotta readjust the phone, hold on. This constant pattern of manipulation and emotional withdrawal can make it incredibly challenging for you to feel secure in the relationship or like you're loved, wanted, or seen unless you're supplying something. As you navigate through these complexities of life, it's essential to acknowledge that you are not at fault in this dynamic. You are not the problem. Rather, you have been a source of light and stability in what feels like a never-ending cycle of chaos. Your love, patience, and effort has been drained, leaving you feeling depleted. You may find yourself constantly striving for their approval, which ultimately leads to a sense of emptiness, as you are left with little to no emotional reward. That's where I find myself out in nature. It's peaceful. I can't disappoint anybody out here, especially when I try so hard for just a good job. You can't disappoint anyone when there's nobody around. It is vital to take a step back and reassess the way these relationships affect your life. The way these relationships affect your life is really important. Sorry, I get so emotional with my videos sometimes, but that's a good thing, right? I guess that's a good thing I believe what I'm saying. So let's start this over. It is vital to take a step back and reassess the way these relationships affect your life. Real love, authentic, nurturing love should energize you and make you feel fulfilled. It should not leave you in a state of doubt or in a place of sadness. Protecting your emotional energy is key. You must set boundaries and guard your heart. This means recognizing that self-worth isn't determined by isn't determined by other people, or you shouldn't endure unhealthy relationships. I'm being distracted by these donkeys over here. Maybe they'll walk over here and you can see them. Choosing to love yourself is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It's about prioritizing what you need and deserve. If you find yourself in a situation where you feel your value is based on how much you can tolerate, it's a sign that change is necessary. So let me say that again, because I didn't understand that or understand what that meant for a long time. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel your value is based on how much you can tolerate, that is a sign that change is necessary. You deserve a relationship built on mutual respect, affection, and understanding. Not one where you feel left feeling like an afterthought, or like you have to beg to be invited, or anything, even in your own family. It may take time to understand the patterns ingrained by a narcissistic parent. Seek professional help. Join support groups. Hit that subscribe and like button. Seek professional help, joining support groups, or engaging with communities focused on mental health can be incredibly beneficial. Having a supportive network can empower you to reclaim your voice and rebuild your sense of self. Learning about narcissism and its effects can also equip you with the knowledge needed to navigate these complex relationships. And it's essential to remember that you are worthy of genuine love and connection. Don't allow a narcissistic parent to dictate your self-worth, because it starts as a child. Before you even know what's going on, they already know what they have going on for you in your own life. Don't allow a narcissistic parent to dictate your worth. Your value is unique and does not rely on anyone else's perception of you. Make the choices to prioritize yourself and cultivate relationships that uplift rather than drain you. Embrace the journey of healing and self-discovery. Knowing that true love nurtures and enriches your life. Choose yourself and move forward with the knowledge that love should fill you up rather than leave you empty. Choose to protect your heart, and always remember that your worth is constant, regardless of the experience you faced growing up in a narcissistic, toxic household. I made it through the video. The sun is so bright out here. My eyes are watering underneath my glasses, and Nazca is in the tent because he is hot. You're not alone if you feel like you have grew up in an environment like this. I'm Danielle, and it took me 32 years to realize that I felt like I was the supply for my mother in a toxic household. And when I finally confronted it, nothing changed. It actually just got worse. So let's start a healthy conversation in the comments. Danielle out.